economics. We are in chapter 6 and we are discussing measures of dispersion. What is measures of dispersion and how it is different from measures of central tendency? Measures of central tendency was all about mean, median, mode, right? The averages or a set of observations or various kinds of averages are the measures of central tendency discuss arithmetic mean, median, mode. Now what is the need for measures of dispersion? Because it tells you how it differs, how each value differs from the average. Average is it's just a value that it's an arbitrary value which takes into account all the observations. If we have any extreme observations in any one corner, that also is definitely going to disturb your average. Yeah. So measures of dispersion, we need it because we need to know the differences between these set of values. That is the main reason that we are focusing on measures of dispersion. And already we have discussed that what are the various measures of dispersion we have. Range. Okay, measures of dispersion, we have range. We have quartile deviation. We have mean deviation. We have mean deviation. And finally, we have standard deviation. Right, children, what are the various things we have? We have range, quartile deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. Out of this, range and quartile deviation actually talks about the spread of the values. Right, in the end method we use to find the measure, the spread of values. In the spread we use range and quartile deviation. What is meant by range? It's just the L minus S. What is L minus S, children? Largest value of the observation minus the smallest value of the observation gives you your range. Quartile deviation means already we have discussed quartiles. Right? Q1, Q2, Q3. That is dividing the set of observation into 4 equal parts called as quartiles. Right, 10 units 10 observations dividing it equally into 4 equal parts. Median divides into 2 equal parts, whereas quartile deviation divides it into 4 equal parts. So we have Q1, Q2, Q3. Right, Q1 less than 25, 0 to 25, Q2 25 to 50, Q3 50 to 75. Q3 also has 75 to 100 values it has. Now we are going to identify how to find this quartile deviation. It's very simple. Q3 minus Q1 by 2. Yeah, we have already discussed in measures of central tendency that the maximum spread is between quartile 3 and quartile 1. In less than 25 is quartile 1, less than 50 quartile 2, less than 75 is quartile 3. So the maximum values lie where? It lies between Q3 and Q1. Right, children? That is the reason that we are having these calculations. Q3 minus Q1 by 2 gives you a quartile deviation. And what did we discuss? These two discuss about the spread of the values. How it has spread among the observations is what we discussed through these two methods. Whereas mean deviation and standard deviation, these let you to find what? The difference from the average, the deviation. Difference from average, isn't it? What is it? It tells you about the difference from the average. Right, children? So mean deviation, we saw that it is based on arithmetic mean or median. What are the two things that we take? First, you mean or median. Right, with that you find the t values. With that you move on to find the mean deviation. Now what is it about the standard deviation? Standard deviation is where we have the positive square root of square values of the deviations from mean. Idhil main from standard deviation the first step is to find the arithmetic mean. Alright, then we need to find the deviations. To find the difference from the average. Right children, you need to find the arithmetic mean, deducted from the original values. You get a new deviation, you mark it as d, then you square it. Square of deviations. So all will be in positive. Minus into minus becomes plus. So the deviations will give you like a positive value d squared. After that you take the summation of that and you divide it by n number of items for ungrouped data. For grouped data, so now we did not enter the discussion. And then we move on to find the square root of it. Right children, and in the previous video session we have discussed that we have how many methods actually? 4 methods for ungrouped data. Right children, how many methods do we have for ungrouped data even? We have 4 methods and we have started discussing about which method? The actual mean method. Right? What are the other methods? We have the assumed mean method. Then we have the direct method. Then we have the finally we have the step deviation method. Now how did we do it in actual mean method? So what are we doing? We are calculation of standard deviation, okay, for ungrouped data. Right children? And what are the methods that we have? We have the actual mean method. We have the assumed mean method. Okay? Then we have direct method. And finally, the step deviation method. And all these are important children. Why? Because in future these methods are really going to help you out when you have collected your data, when you have to do your projects, right, for your internal assessment. When you do your projects, these methods will be tested. Okay, how well you are going to work out these methods is what we are going to test upon you. So I want you to concentrate properly and make yourself clear about the particular topic. In the previous class, we have discussed about the actual mean method. Now we are moving on to discuss about the assumed mean method. Okay, which is the second method? Assumed mean method. We are going to use the same problem that we used for the actual mean method. Why? Because I want you to understand that in whichever method you find the standard deviation is going to be the same value. Every arithmetic mean வந்து direct method ஆகட்டும், assumed mean method ஆகட்டும், step deviation method ஆகட்டும், எந்த method ஆகட்டும், the answer comes as the same one. Similarly, here even for standard deviation, whichever method you are going to use, Adoda symbol you should be very careful. So first value is x value. Right. The highest value is in minus. So obviously it will come as minus only. 10 minus 25 gives you minus 15. 25 minus 25 0. 30 minus 25 5. 50 minus 25 25. And as usual, what will be your deviations value? It is usually 0, but now we are going to get a value of what? 30 minus 35 minus 5. Alright, you get a value of minus 5. Here, you don't get the deviations to be 0. Usually, we get deviations the value 0 now. But here, we arithmetic mean value இங்கேருந்து ஒரு assumed mean எடுத்துக்கிறதுனால நமக்கு என்ன வேல்யூ கிடைக்கல 0 கிடைக்கல. Why? Because these are not what? These are discrete values and they are ungrouped. அதனால நமக்கு deviation என்ன வரல 0 வரல. So we got d. What do you have to do next? You need your d squared. Right children, what do you need? You need your d squared. So minus 20 into minus 20 you get a value of 400 and what? Plus 15 into 15 225. 0 square 0. 5 square 25. 25 square 625. When you total this, you will get the summation of d squared, which is going to be 1275. Closing the table, we are going to do our calculations. Here, we have a difference. Okay? Already, what was the formula in assumed mean method? What was the formula that we had? We had sigma is equal to root of summation d squared by n. This was the formula for what method? Actual mean method. What are we going to add here? An extra column we are going to have, which is going to be summation of d. Summation of d can be clear. So we are going to have summation of d by n whole squared. Children, find the difference. It is summation of d squared. You got a summation divided by n. Here it is summation of d by n the whole square. So we will say the square and okay. So this first part is what? Actual mean method, and the second part is the addition of assumed mean method because we have a summation of d. Now we are going to just represent these values. So we are going to have root of what is your summation of d squared? 1275 by what is it again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 5 minus what is your summation of d? Only d, not d squared. Only d minus 5 by 5 d whole square. Alright children. And now what you are doing? You are going into the calculations. When you divide this, you will get a value. Okay? And here even minus 5 by minus 5, you get minus 1 the whole square. Right? So here what will you get? 27, so 5, 15, 25, 255 you will get. Right? What happens next? Root of 255 minus, be very careful, minus 1 square is 1 plus 1. You got what value? Plus 1. So it obviously becomes minus 1 here. Yeah, minus you multiply பண்ணுறதுக்கு you need to take care of the square. Right children? You cannot cancel the square also. Square right? So what happens? First thing you square this value. In the minus 1 order, square you find and you get a value of plus 1. Taking the symbol as it is, you get root of 15.937 and here even you got 15.937. Right children, so how did we do the assumed mean method? We found a assumed mean which was 25. You took a value out of it as 25. Yes, of course you can choose any other value also. And when you do it, you get a deviation value. Summation of D will not be 0 because we have assumed it. And here you get a D squared. Right. And when you apply it in the formula, what is the formula here? Summation, sigma is equal to root of sigma D squared by n minus sigma D by n the whole square. Say it again. Sigma is equal to root of sigma D squared by n minus sigma D by n the whole square. Right children, so when you apply it in the formula, you get the same standard deviation as the earlier time, whatever you have got. Right? Shall we move on to the next method, direct method? If you didn't understand, replay the video and check it out. Work out the problem, close your book and try to work out on your own. Okay, if you have any doubts, see it again. You can try with any sum, the same thing. Here I'll give you some extra sums and worksheet which you can try. Okay children. So we are going to move on to the third method, which is going to be your direct method. Usually how do you do direct method? We actually have sigma x by n, that's all, or sigma fx by n, that's all. We usually have like that. Here in direct method also we are going to have directly x squared, then root of those values. So what are we going to do first? As usual, you are going to have your x and you need the square. Whatever it is, you need the squared values. So what are your values? 5, 10, 25, 30 and 50. I want you to square directly. 5 square, 25, 10 square, 100, 25 square, 625, 30 square, 900, 50 square, 2500. You will get a total of 4,150. Right? So this itself will become 650, 750, 750,650 plus 2,500. You will get 4,150. Now you need to put it in the formula. That's it. Direct method over. You're just going to find the formula. Put it into the formula, which is going to be sigma is equal to root of standard deviation. You should not forget this root. Okay? Summation of x squared by n minus x bar the whole square. What is the x bar? Arithmetic mean. We already know the arithmetic mean. If not, if you are going to directly use direct method, arithmetic mean find பண்ணாம இந்த step குள்ள போக முடியாது. We need your arithmetic mean. So you already know it. If you want calculated again using your arithmetic mean direct method, you will get a value of 24. Right? Already we have discussed it. So we are going to just put it into values. What is your sigma x squared? Summation of x squared. 4,150 by what is your n? 5 minus what was your x bar? 24 square. So when you do the calculations, you get 8 24 square, you will get root of 254, which is going to be what? 15.937, which is your sigma. And here under direct method also we have 15 point, right? Simple enough. Direct method we just have taken x, directly squared each value of x, you get x squared, you add it, you get your summation of x squared. And what's your formula? Sigma is equal to summation of x squared by n minus x bar the whole square. So you put it into the values, calculate it, you will get your sigma as 15.937, which is the same like your actual mean method, your assumed mean method and your direct method. All are one and the same. Alright children? Clear? Can we go to the last method? The step deviation method. Do you remember how we did it in the arithmetic mean calculation? Yeah, we divided the d value by what? A common factor, right? D is equal to x minus a by c. That was your d dash, right? That's how you found your step deviation method. Now here also we are going to have c. So finally we are moving on to step deviation method. What are we going to do here? We are going to have x, then we are going to find x squared, and we are going to have a d dash, and we are going to have a d dash squared. That is what we are going to do under what method? Step deviation method. So what are we going to do in this method? We are going to have our x values, then we are going to have x dash, which is going to be x dash is actually what? X by c. That's it. Okay? What are your values? 5, 10, 25, 30, 50. Now, if you see, all these are multiples of 5. Yeah. So, what are we going to do? We are going to take the common factor as 5. So, 5 divided by 5, 1. 10 divided by 5, 2. 25 divided by 5, 5. 30 by 5, 6. 50 by 5, 10. Now, you need your arithmetic mean. First of all, what do you want? You want your arithmetic mean of what? This x dash. Actually, step deviation method itself has two different methods. Step deviation kuliye rendu type of calculation irukku. We are going to discuss the first type first, where we are going to find a value called x dash. What is it called? X dash. And how do you find it? X by c. How do you find it? You just do x by c. So how do you add it? So 10 plus 6, 16, 16 plus 5, 21, 23, 24. So what is your arithmetic mean going to be here? 24. So let's do it. 24 divided by 5, you will be getting a value of 4.8. That is your what? X bar dash. X bar means taking x value, summation of x by n is x bar. Now you have x dash. So this is summation of x dash by n. So it is x dash. X bar dash. So what are we going to have? We are going to have the d values. So what is going to be your d? X dash minus x bar dash. Okay? So 1 kindly use a calculator. I have calculated it and then I am just doing it for you. So I am not using a calculator now. But I have already done this problem. 0.04. 1.2 square is 1.44. 5.2 square 27.4. And you need what? Your d dash square. What do you mention it as? Your d dash square is going to be 50.80. So your table is complete. What you are going to do? You are going to use it in the formula. So your formula is sigma is equal to, what is important, children? Root. What is very important? Root. And what is it? Sigma d dash square by n, of course, into, see, you have a common factor, right? What is your common factor? 5. What is your sigma d square? 50.80 divided by 5, right? Into c. What is your c? 5. Right? So when you divide it, you get again a value of this. Root stops till here, children. And the root of the value is for root of sigma d squared by n. Root, the c is out of it. So when you do the calculations, you will get a value of 15.937. Okay, that will be what? Your sigma. In standard deviation, first method, you got your answer as 15.37. What is the second method? Here, we will common factor divide the values. Right. Standard deviation, your method, we are going to have usual method or assumed mean. X minus final divided by c. We are going to try that method also. So in the x bar and x dash we don't need. So we have to just take an assumed mean and we minus it, then we divide it, right? So d is equal to x minus a. We are having a value of 25, common another. So minus 20, we have already did this calculation, right? Minus 15, 0, minus, plus 5. Right, children? So this was your value. In the summation of d, we don't want. Assumed mean method use பண்ணி அந்த calculation முடிச்சிட்டோம். இப்போ நமக்கு தேவை d dash. How do you get d dash? b by c. Again you take a common factor, you divide it. What is your common factor? 5. Minus 20 by 5 minus 4 minus 15 by 5 minus 3 0 plus 5 by 5 1 25 by 5 5. Right? So when you add, you get a value of minus 1. Yeah, minus 7 plus 6 gives you minus 1. Then you move on for d squared. Okay? 4 squared is 16. 3 squared 9. 0. 1 squared is 1. 5 squared is 25. All values are positive. When you square even negative values, you will get what? Positive values. So 25, 50, 51. Right? This is your summation d square. And what is the formula going to be here? Sigma. What is important first of all? Root of sigma d squared by n minus, say like that, sigma d dash by n the whole square into c. So what is your sigma d squared, children? 51 by 5 minus, what 7. So under the step deviation method also, second method, you got your value as 15.937. So what we have discussed so far, children? Calculation of standard deviation for ungrouped data. That is frequency இல்லாம டைரக்டா x values மட்டும் இருக்குறப்போ எப்படி calculate பண்ணுவோம்? அதுக்கு என்னென்ன methods இருக்குன்னு நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். We have discussed about the actual mean method, assumed mean method, direct method, step deviation method. Step deviation method has two types already. Right? அதுக்குள்ள என்ன இருக்கு? We have two different types of calculation there. But whichever method you have chosen to use for your calculation, the standard deviation that you will get under any method is the same. அதுதான் நம்ம டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். எந்த மெத்தட் எடுத்து calculate பண்ணாலும் you are going to get the same answer. You can use it for verification. Right? ஒரு tough method கொடுத்து உங்களுக்கு சப்மிட் பண்ண பார்க்க சொல்றாங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு எது ஈஸியான மெத்தடோ அதுல போட்டு உங்களோட ஆன்சர் கரெக்டானு நீங்க வெரிஃபை பண்ணிக்கலாம். Whichever method you are confident about. I am going to be confident about all four methods. Go through the problem. Only one example we have discussed in all these methods. I want you to go through all these methods clearly and work out all the problems. Okay? Work out the problems and methods that we have discussed. Try an exercise problem. Okay, for ungrouped data. In worksheet even I am going to give you problems. I want you to look into it and try working it out. It has to be in your classwork and all these formulas should be in your classwork. Right, children? So I hope you have understood calculation of standard deviation for ungrouped data. In the next session we will be discussing about the calculation of standard deviation for what? Grouped data. That is frequency distribution, how it is going to work. We are just going to discuss it in the next class. So till then, just go through whatever we have discussed. Right, children? Thank you, and you all have a wonderful day.